Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this video we will see how to deploy a Django web app in DigitalOcean Droplet with OpenLiteSpeed web server. In previous videos also I have shown how to deploy Django applications in DigitalOcean, but today's approach will be a little bit different because today we will see how to deploy Django web app in DigitalOcean Droplet with a custom image, and that image includes OpenLiteSpeed web server. By using this approach, it will give us a flexibility to have root access to the digital oceans droplet, and if you want to deploy multiple websites in the same droplet as well, this feature is best to follow. And most important, as we are using open lightspeed web servers, it will allow us to configure caching features. So caching features will basically increase your page loading speed drastically. So for example, if your page loading speed is currently around 1 second or 1.5 seconds, it will reduce that page loading speed to 500 milliseconds. So and you don't have to do any extra things there. Very simple steps you have to follow. And I have also made a post on this particular video that I am creating. So whatever things I'm discussing here, or the whatever commands or the whatever options I am discussing here, everything is present in this particular post. I will give a link in the description. You can follow that post along with this video. So without any further delay, let's go to my desktop screen and see how to deploy Django web application in DigitalOcean Droplet with OpenLiteSpeed web server. So here I am on my desktop screen. So first of all, you will have to log into DigitalOcean. So I have already logged in. So I have given the link in the description. By using that link, if you are joining in, then you will get $200 of credit, and that you can use it completely for 2 months. So whatever websites you are hosting in DigitalOcean, that will be free for 2 months. Now if you want to continue that, then you can renew that, or else you can delete your websites and you will not get charged for the website. Once you complete the sign up process and you log in, then this is the page that you are going to see it. Now first thing first, we'll have to create a project. So by default you will get this first project option. So just click on it, and we can continue with this project only. So first of all, we'll have to go to create button, and here click on droplet. So droplet is nothing but it's a virtual machine which will give all the resources to your website. The first option is to choose a region. So let me just select New York. Then second option, you will have to choose an image. So here is the catch here. The simple way to create a Django website in a DigitalOcean droplet is to select the marketplace. And here you will be able to see lot of customized image already present. So our focus should be on Django, but you will have to select OpenLiteSpeed Django. So OpenLiteSpeed, as we discussed earlier, it will give us the caching features which will drastically improve your website performance or the loading speed. So select this and then go further. Now you'll have to choose the size is nothing but how much CPU or how much amount of RAM you want, and what should be your disk size. So as it is a demonstration purpose, I will select regular and select the basic plan. But if you have a website which is in large scale, then I strongly recommend to use any one of the higher plans. So now let's go a little bit down, and here the authentication method, I will select a password. So using this password only, you will be able to do SSH to your container or the droplet. So once you type the password, make sure you see tick mark under this password requirement. Once that is done, then you can go down, and number of droplets, it should be one. And here you can give the domain name or the name which is pretty much familiar to you. So let me just give it a domain name called easy domains dot just easy domains. Now so this will not help you to connect your domain name. That we will see in later part how you we can connect the domain name to digital oceans droplet. But give a name here and continue further. Now here project, will select first project only, and click on create droplet. The droplet creation is happening. You can see here So you can click on that and you should be able to see the status here. So now it is creating. So you'll have to wait until this process is complete. Now let me just refresh this page. Wait for a couple of minutes. Once the creating option is finished and you will be able to see a pop-up message that is droplet has been created, you are good to proceed for the next step. Now before anything we do, let's do some steps which will connect our domain to this particular droplet. So for that, I will go to my domain name provider, which is Namecheap that I am using. And here I am inside my domain name setting easydomains.xyz. That's the domain name I'm going to connect to DigitalOcean's droplet. And then what I will do here, I need an IP address of the droplet that I created. Now, if you'll go to the first project and under this resource, you will be able to see an IP address. So this IP address is the public IP address. So just copy this and go back to your domain provider. And here what we need is that we have to create a host A entry. So you can also use the name server of DigitalOcean, but creating a host A entry is a little bit faster, but I would recommend to use name server only. So here what we have to do here, we can see two records are already present. So we just have to replace the IP address with the IP address that we have just copied it from DigitalOcean. Now what you have to do, save all changes. Now this part is done from here. Now we'll have to go back to the DigitalOcean console and here click these three buttons and you will be able to find the option called add a domain. So click on that and here we'll have to enter our domain name. So let me just type the domain name here and here you will have to make sure that it is pointing to the right droplet names. So click on add domain. A pop-up has appeared and if you'll go a little bit down you should be able to see some DNS records. So one more DNS records we'll have to create here, that is with www and select the sources or custom IP. We'll have to select easy domain and then create a record. So the record has been created successfully. Now the domain part is done. Now what we'll have to do, we'll have to log in to the droplets using SSH. For that, we again need the IP address. So go back to the projects and under the resource, you will be able to find the IP address, copy it, and now open a SSH session. So I usually use putty session. So let me just paste the IP address. And, here I'll have to give the username. Username will be root and the password that we have given while creating the droplet. And now you will be able to see that it is asking for the domain name. Now type the domain name. Make sure you have typed the domain name correctly and hit enter. It is asking whether the domain name is correct. So type yes and click enter. Now it is asking whether you want to install SSL. Yes, we want to install SSL. Now here you should be able to see two domains, that is easydomains.xyz and www.easydomains.xyz, and you should see a message that is accessible. If that is done, then you are good to proceed. And now you will have to give email ID. So let me just give my email ID. Make sure you're typing the email ID correctly and hit enter. It is asking for confirmation and again hit type Y and hit enter. Now it is asking whether we want to force HTTPS. Yes. Now it is asking whether we want to update the system. Yes, we want to update it. So basically a lot of installation will happen. So pretty much it will take a large amount of time. So what I will do is that I will pause this video for a couple of minutes, and once this installation process is completed I will come. So you can see the message update has completed. Now we are ready to use our OpenLiteSpeed server in DigitalOcean's Droplet. Now OpenLiteSpeed also provide a GUI console. In order to access that, you will have to allow some ports. So you'll have to type ufw allow 77080. Now if you are wondering where this command you can get it, then I already have written a detailed post on the video that I am just making it. So I will give the link of this post as well in the description. You can directly go that and you can find this command as well. Now let's go back to the putty session and UFW allow 7080. So rules are added. Now if you will go at the top, you will be able to see now basically you should be able to access the website. So let me try that. easydomains.xyz. Now hello world you are seeing. So it means that the setup is completed, but hello world, this is not the websites that we want. You might have developed a Django web application, and all the files might have been in your local desktop, or it might have been in your GitHub repository. Now we will see how we can bring those Django files and host it on this particular droplets. So for that, what you will have to do, go a little bit up, and you will be able to see a command that is mentioned here. So copy that and paste it and hit enter. So this will basically allow us to enter in the environmental variable that has been created. So you can see HTML within brackets. It means we are inside that virtual environment. And now we'll have to go inside the folder called HTML. So CD and that path, and now we are inside the HTML folder. Here you can see a folder called demo. So demo is a by default web app that has been created for you guys by the OpenLiteSpeed servers, but we want our web application to host. So what we will do, first we will bring all those files into this file, and one way is to use the GitHub. So I have a GitHub account where I have placed a sample or a simple Django web application files. So let me go to that and copy that. So one way is to click on this code and go to this HTTPS section and copy this, and you can come back to the SSH console, and here you can type git clone and the address that we have copied. So make sure you are under HTML location and hit enter, and it will download all the files from the GitHub to this particular directory. Now if we will list the file content, you should be able to see your folder name having the Django applications, and in my case it is demo Django. So let's go inside this demo Django, and here you should be able to, I should be able to see a file called requirements.txt. So in your case also, if you have made a requirements.txt file, then it should contain all the libraries that is needed to host your websites. So what I will do is pip install -r requirements.txt. So this will install all the libraries that is mentioned in the requirements.txt. So it is installing the Django, and it will install all the libraries that if you mentioned in the requirements.txt. Now what we will do, we will log in to the web UI console of OpenLiteSpeed. For that, what we can do is that we'll just have to type easy domains xyz and colon 7080. So remember, this was the port which we have allowed in the DigitalOcean droplet, and click on advanced and proceed, and here it is asking username and password. So username is password, username is admin, and in order to get the password you just have to type cat slash root slash dot lightspeed underscore password. So here you can see the password is mentioned here. So copy this keyword. So don't copy the entire line, it's just the word that is present after equals to sign, that is the password. So just copy it and paste it here, click on login, and this is the dashboard of OpenLiteSpeed. Now here we have to go to virtual hosts and example. This is the vhost, that is example. Click on that, and here you'll have to go to context, and again you'll have to go to the app server. So right hand side you see an edit button. Just click on that. Go below, and here you will have to do some modification so that this particular app will point to our web application. So here you can see the demo. Instead of demo, just mention your project's folder name. So in my case it is demo Django, and next on startup file mention the file where mention the folder where wsgi.py file is there. Now if you'll go back to console, we are inside demo Django, but here another folder will be demo Django, and here you will be able to find the wsgi.py file. So make sure you are giving the complete path of the folder where wsgi.py file exists in your application. So, and one more thing, environment, here also you'll have to modify, or you can replace the demo keyword to your project's folder name. And I think that's the thing we'll have to do. Now one more thing now is the important part here is that now let's save it and see, it is asking to apply changes, graceful restart. So you can see the restart button here. Click on restart, click go, and it will restart the configuration. Now one more steps we have to do, that is we'll have to change the ownership of all our files that inside in our Django web application directory. So we have to do ch own -r nobody no group and then give a star. So it will change the ownership. And now if we will do a list, you should be able to see that the ownership has changed from root to nobody and no group. Now the website should work. So let open the website and see if it is working. So still it's showing hello world, but you can wait for some time. If it is not happening within 5 to 10 minutes, then what you have to do, you have to restart your container or the droplets. So again go back to first project, and here go to the droplet, and here you will be able to see an option called power, and under power cycle click on power cycle. So this will restart the droplet. So wait for it to finish. So you can see droplet has been power cycled. It means the reboot has been completed. Now let's log in back to our SSH console, type username and password. Now we can try accessing the websites as well. And here you can see that home page of Django app. So this is a simple app. That's why you are not able to see much contents. But this concludes that this domain is now pointing to our Django web application. Now, one of the crucial thing is to set or enable the caching features. So caching features, if now we will go to developer section, that is click on this three dots button, more tools and developer tools. Now we will see that there is no caching is enabled. So let me select the network option here and refresh this, and click on this the domain. And here if I will go to header section, you will not find anything which relates to the caching feature. You can see the server is OpenLiteSpeed, but there is no caching here. Now if you go to timing, then see the response time. So total response time here is 574 milliseconds. So after enabling the caching feature, you will see drastic reduction on this timings. So now let's go back to the OpenLiteSpeed GUI. Now again go back to the edit section. So you'll have to go to virtual host, then go to context, then app server, here edit button, and it should ask for username and password because we have just restarted the droplets. So password, you will get it from the same, that is cat slash root slash dot lightspeed file, and copy this password, and type username as admin and password, paste it, login, go to virtual hosts, and here example context, then edit button, go down and search for a section called rewrite rules. So here it is, the rewrite rules. Now you will have to paste few commands here, and that commands you will get it on my post. So once again, this link of this post is given in the description. Go completely down, and here under a section called enable open lightspeed cache, copy this content starting from this cache lookup on to this particular line. Copy this and go back to lightspeed console and paste it here. Now what it means is that the caching feature is enabled for 120 seconds. It means per the 2 minutes. If you want to increase the time limit, then just increase the number itself. Once you do that, then go top and click on this save button and restart the lightspeed server. Now once that is done, wait for a couple of minutes and then try to refresh this page. Now again go to the network section and click here and go to headers. You should be able to see another option called X Lightspeed Cache, which means the caching feature is enabled, but here you can see miss. Miss means at this point of time the caching is enabled, but it is not using the features. To enable, to see that, you can refresh it once again, and now you should be able to see a lightspeed cache equals to hit. It means at this point of time the caching feature is enabled for 2 minutes. Now, if you'll go to the timings and try to reload it, you should see the total response time is basically decreased. Now, this is just a simple app, so you may not be able to see a huge difference, but it will be very much helpful if you have a large scale website. Now, that is how we can host a Django web application in DigitalOcean with OpenLiteSpeed web server. So, if you have any doubt, then comment and I will try to help you on that. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notification from my channel in case I upload new videos on my channel. Thank you for watching.